Greetings to all. I am handling basics of biomedical instrumentation subject through this video class. Our subject code is OMD 551. We already completed first 2 units. In this video, we are entering into third unit. The third unit, heading of the third unit is signal conditioning circuit. Inside the third unit, we are going to see about need for bioamplifier, differential bioamplifier, impedance matching circuits, isolation amplifier, power line interferences, right leg driven ECG amplifiers, and then band pass filtering. So these are all the topics we are going to see in third unit. So first we are go for need for bioamplifier, that is what is meant by bioamplifier, then what are all the characteristics of bioamplifier, why bioamplifier needed to this subject. So we all know amplifier is a device which amplifies or increases an input of current or voltage. Most bioelectric signals are of very low amplitude, thus requiring amplification. Amplifiers are also used for interfacing sensor transducer that senses body motions, temperature, and chemical concentration to signal conditioners. Thus, it can be said that an amplifier used to process biopotentials are called bioelectric amplifiers. Some bioelectric amplifiers are DC coupled and some are AC coupled. Linear integrated circuits are being used in a number of electronic applications including medical electronic instruments. An important linear integrated circuit is operational amplifier. So we will going to see about what is the operational amplifier and what are all the characteristics of operational amplifier, because in bioamplifier the electronic component used is operational amplifier. The operational amplifier op-amp is a multi-terminal high-gain differential amplifier. It is normally used in circuits that have characteristics determined by external negative feedback network. The circuit symbol of op-amp is shown in figure. It has two input. One is inverting input, another one is non-inverting input. The inverting input produces an output signal that is 180 degrees out of phase with the input signal, which is termed as inversion of the signal. The non-inverting input produces an output signal that is in phase with the input signal. The V plus and V minus is used to turn on the operational amplifier to produce the output by processing the inputs. Then the characteristics of operational amplifier. The main characteristics of operational amplifier are: first one is it has infinite open loop voltage gain, and then it has zero output impedance, and then infinite input impedance, then infinite frequency response, then zero noise contribution, and then both input follow each other in feedback circuit. These are all the important properties of operational amplifier. This may be asked in 1-2 mark question. There are 3 basic classes of voltage amplifiers are available, namely inverting follower, non-inverting follower with gain, unitary gain non-inverting follower. Okay, so these are all the further classifications of operational amplifier. There are 2 basic rules or input terminal restrictions that are very helpful in designing operational amplifier circuits. They are: when the operational amplifier output is in its linear range, the 2 input terminals are the same voltage, no current flows into either input terminal of the operational amplifier. In the basic inverting amplifier circuits, a portion of the output voltage V0 is fed back via feedback resistor RF to negative input terminal. The positive input of the operational amplifier is at 0 volt. This condition is called as virtual ground, since the input voltage VA is the current through RI is, that is I is equal to VI by RI. We all know I is equal to V by R from the Ohm's law. So this condition once again applied in operational amplifier also. So figure shows the inverting amplifier arrangement. In inverting amplifier means the input is given to the inverting terminal. By rule 2, no current can enter the operational amplifier and thus current flows through RF feedback resistor. Hence there is a voltage drop I RF across and RF. Therefore V0 is equal to minus I into RF because it is a inverting amplifier. Then V0 is equal to VI RF divided by RI. We are going to substitute instead of I is equal to V by R. So after substituting I is equal to V by R, we can able to obtain VI by RI into RF, or V0 is equal to VI will be V0 by VI will be equal to minus RF by RI. The basic non-inverting amplifier is connected to the positive input terminal is shown in figure. It is known as non-inverting terminal. On applying the same rule once again, we can able to obtain the voltage equation V0 is equal to I into RF plus RI. This RF is the feedback resistor and RI is the input that is given to the resistance will be connected in the inverting terminal. So the input is given to the non-inverting terminal. So because it is a non-inverting amplifier, then from as similar to inverting terminal, we can able also write V0 by VI will be equal to I into RF plus RI divided by I into R. So then V0 by VI will be equal to RF plus RI divided by RI. So this is the basic calculation inside the non-inverting terminal, non-inverting amplifier and inverting amplifier. So now we are going to enter in differential bioamplifier. The differential bioamplifier is the first topic of the third unit. So up till now we completed about need for bioamplifier. So why the bioamplifier is needed for signal conditioning circuit. So then this bioamplifier will be used in differential bioamplifier, impedance matching circuit, isolation amplifier, power line interferences, right leg driven ECG amplifier and band pass filtering. So now we are going to see about differential bioamplifier. So differential bioamplifier. The differential bioamplifier is shown in figure. In medical electronics, the differential amplifier is employed when it is necessary to measure the voltage difference between 2 points, both of them varying in amplitude at different rates and at different patterns. Example, differential amplification of heart generated voltages picked up by means of electrodes on the same arms and legs. A differential amplifier produces an output voltage and is proportional to the difference between the voltages applied to the two input terminals. So I hope you all understand what is meant by differential amplifier and how it works. This is the typical configuration of differential bioamplifier using BJT. So here this one BJT, this is another BJT. So it works on two modes, difference mode and common mode. In difference mode means we are going to apply V1, V2 in difference voltages. That is, the Q1 BJT operates at one voltage, Q2 BJT operates in another voltage. So according to this, two input will be processed and it will generate one output. This output will be noted in these 2 points and it will be tabulated for difference voltage applied these two terminal. So from which we can able to find one, that is gain, that is average of the output will be calculated and it is termed as AD, that is differential mode gain. Okay, so then next operation is a common mode. In common mode we are going to connect the source of, that is this voltage source will be connected in this Q1 BJT, or the Q1 BJT source will be connected to this Q2 BJT. So to the BJT will works on same voltage. So while we are applying V1, this V1 also given to the V2 because these two are shorted. So we applying V1 and V2 will be equal to same. On different voltage the output will be noted. Okay, so it also be tabulated. In final, the average will be taken. It is known as common mode gain. So finally, the common mode rejection ratio is found. The common mode rejection ratio is nothing but the ratio of difference mode gain and common mode gain. So from which we can able to analyze. So the CMMR range will be below 2. Once if it is exceed the 2 means there may be some problems occurs in our where the differential bioamplifier is fitted to our body. So the CMMRR will be calculated. Once if it is exceeds the particular range, there may be some disorder occur in our place where the measurement is taken. This is the basic information about differential bioamplifier. Then in next video we are going to see about the upcoming topics. So in this video I completed need for bioamplifier and then differential bioamplifier only. Thank you students.